Welcome everybody to the Green Hour Media YouTube page. My name's JC3. I have Mr. West here.
Hey.
I have Amanda over there.
What's up?
I have the Pope himself back
I'm
here.
in the Pope.
You're going to be viewing Great Photo, Lovely Life, Facing a Family Secrets, the documentary on Netflix, I believe it is.
HBO Max.
HBO Max, excuse me. And you're going to be getting our reaction. So sit back, enjoy. Anthony, play.
This is going to be very interesting. Okay, so watch the documentary right now.
Little girls, for example, would almost throw themselves at me.
Oh, sure they did.
That might
What?
sound a little stupid. Shh. But they wanted to learn things, and they were experimental. They
Huh?
wanted, you know.
Just.
And to me, it was too much of an open temptation.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
In the few times that I did ask her to tell me the truth about things, like my past or my dad or whatever, she just got angry with me. And she would just say, there is no use in bringing up the past because it's not going to change what happened.
So she covers up for a pedo.
She knew so much more than what she ever expressed because she wasn't allowed to express it.
What a down-ass wife.
My dad stole my mom's entire life. To this day, I know nothing.
Lying,
What?
I just want to try to line it all up,
lying bitch.
see what happened.
She's doing like something extremely Karen, and she's like, I'm not a victim, but I'm going to go and find out and defend everyone who was.
Well, that was gonna be my next question. Did he do anything to her?
No,
his
her
daughter?
older sister, though, and you'll find that out.
Do you remember this?
No. So it is confirmation that she knew that I did go through that.
She obviously didn't care. You write it in a letter. You can't say it to her face. It's your granddaughter.
Just ran out of stamps. Those-
Fuck you, Anthony. Let's have a halfway point here.
Yeah. There's still 50 fucking minutes.
There's still an
a
hour.
lot.
There's still an hour left of
And
it.
there's still a lot to
More him
digest.
touching people? How many other people is he touching?
There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of them.
There's a
All
lot
of
of
them.
there's a lot of people apparently. There's a lot of
Is the
people.
old people home?
No, not in the old people home.
No, they're too old.
He likes children.
He likes the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, he likes kids. Have you not been watching?
We've established that. I just didn't know what else could possibly happen here.
All right, so what's the question?
Wait,
How is
did we
everybody?
pause this? Did you pause this?
Yes, I paused
No, I
it.
didn't pause recording. We're still recording.
Yeah, we're still recording.
How are we feeling about this right now?
How about I lead this
I'm
discussion?
honestly
All right, Anthony,
annoyed.
come up to the forward a little bit.
I'm honestly annoyed because I can't even get it out. Because just goes to show you that people keep these kind of assholes undercover, and they don't say nothing. They don't. Your own mother doesn't even want to defend you or try to believe in you or be there for you. It's just like, bro, fuck you.
Would you consider that white privilege?
No, that's not white privilege.
Uh-uh.
Why are you bringing white privilege into
I
it,
would not.
jackass?
I don't think it's white privilege.
Why is your cat humping the bag?
It's something new that you can fuck around with. Okay, so Wes, what's your take so far?
So far, I don't fuck with this guy, obviously, and it just goes to show you how just one person causing trauma because they were received trauma and never knew how to deal with it, how it just gets passed on and passed on and passed on.
Well, what trauma
Just so-
did he receive?
He was fucking beat as a child
Yeah,
for
'cause-
just existing.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're beat as a child. That does not give you the right to sit there and touch children.
It
doesn't
doesn't give you. It
matter.
doesn't. That's.
You
I'm not.
can
I'm not.
have
I'm not.
abuse
I'm
and
not
it-
justifying. I'm not justifying that. I'm saying is that when you have traumas that you have inflicted on you and you don't deal with it, you're gonna just pass that on to other
People
people.
take it out in other ways. Doesn't necessarily
So
mean
Yep.
that he would have been beating people. He took it out on
He
molesting.
just- yeah, he just-
he got pleasure out of pain.
yeah. So yeah, that's you know. That's not. It's not justified. It's not good
all.
whatsoever. Like he could have also been beating people, but he just chose. I'm gonna fucking rape kids.
What do you think about it?
For me, it's fucking the whole. There's a whole problem here, all right, with this whole entire documentary.
Uh-oh.
All right.
He's going to piss off so many people.
First of all, I get what the chick Amanda's trying to do, the granddaughter, I get it.
She's calling awareness.
Trying to shine a light. Some people want to sit there and bury that shit. Some people don't want to deal with the trauma.
Oh no!
What?
That is not an okay thing to say.
No, it's not an okay, but it's not her trauma to deal with.
Well, it is.
I get where you're coming from. It though, where
It's
some
like-
some people choose to cope with it by not talking about it and just burying it and just moving on and forgetting about it.
It seems like I understand she went through that trauma herself. She had that trauma herself. She was not date raped, but she was raped by her friend's boyfriend,
Right.
and they went, "No, fuck you. We didn't. I didn't rape you," and they just moved on. Now she took it as rape. The boyfriend and the girl and her friend said no. He didn't rape her. Now again, we don't know the full story of that. I'm not saying that's true or false. I'm just saying that is the face value story of that right there. And she took that and she dealt with her own way. She buried it. She moved on. And then now she's trying to deal with her own rape by lighting up the fact that her grandfather was a child molester. Not saying that's the full story. Now, granted, should this fucker be in prison? Abso-fucking-lutely.
He did go to prison.
In fact, I would sit there and say he deserves a firing squad. Like I said, lining up to other people, being like, sending out a letter and making people like deal with this shit now.
Forcing you to relive that again.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what you're saying.
Again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I've never been touched in my life or as a child, so I don't know trauma like that. So I can't sit there.
Not fun.
I can't sit there and turn around and say that's how people deal with it. You know, this is how you should deal with it. You deal with it in which the fashion in which you believe you need to deal with it to get yourself through to the next day. And right there, especially when you're fucking putting it on Netflix and documentary about it, you are absolutely now
HBO.
What? Shut the fuck up.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored by any of it. But she's opening up to the fact that these people are like now you're dealing with it. Now, granted, we don't know names, but
Well, at least the names that came out gave the consent of wanting to be part of this.
Sure.
Because
you see
we
how
could
many
do
letters there were.
Yeah.
Now, if one of those letters get opened up by a boyfriend, one of their children, one of their husbands, stuff like that, because family open up each other's mail all the fucking time, all right? Dad opens up mom's mail, mom open up dad's mail. It just happens.
Well, hold on a second. That's why at the bottom of that letter it says, "If this does not pertain to you, please disregard." So she's already saying, listen, because that's the out. If someone is like, husband's like, "Hey, what the fuck's going on? Were you touched by this guy?" And no, must be someone else. It wasn't me. Because it doesn't say "Dear Joe," like "Dear Catherine," "Dear Beth," whatever. It said "Dear blank." It was a generic letter. So there is plausible deniability.
Look, I understand the need of getting this out and the need of putting this fucker in jail. He shouldn't just be like, "Oh, I'm in a retirement home." No, fuck you. You should be behind bars to the day you fucking die.
Solitary confinement.
With like no
I
connection.
say castration.
Well, he can't really get it up now anyway.
Doesn't matter. Take it fully away from him.
What is he to do? He can't do anything with it anyway.
Have him pee out of his nose.
He can slap it up against the toilet all night long. It's never going to get hard again.
Well, I
Do
don't
that?
They reroute his shit, I guess.
They can reroute it
I guess so.
to pee out your
You can pee
nose.
through a side to a bag.
Or yeah, we'll put a little.
I don't want my dick to just be an aesthetic.
I
Like
think
it's-
I have secondhand eye because this motherfucker.
Like it's just
Those
there
little
for
holes-
decoration.
What's that hose thing that they put inside the urethra?
Are you talking about a...
Urethra Franklin?
No, you asshole.
No,
Catheter?
catheter. Where he'll just pee in a catheter for the rest of his life.
Sounds painful.
They are.
That's unnecessary.
I've had one
We're not sponsored by any of these things, by the
when I
way.
had Caden.
Fucking pedophile.
Yes.
Does it get better from here?
He probably sucked.
Did we find out more juicy details about?
We'll find out as we watch.
I know next week. Dragon Ball Z.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Them as an adult.
The Bible says that
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
we're
fuck you, the
forgiven
Bible.
to the same degree we forgive.
And shout, uh-huh.
It's God's love. It allows us to forgive and helps us to forgive
So
those
they're
that have
forgiving
abused
of
us.
him.
I think that's what I struggle with, is thinking that
Of the Lord Jesus Christ,
She doesn't
filling
wanna
you
be
with
touched. Yeah,
love,
you're touching her.
forgiveness, and healing in Jesus' mighty.
definitely not the closure she needed.
I get.
That is definitely not the closure she needed.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Sick. She's feeling sick. I don't blame her.
Job.
Excuses.
And that's when Grandma said, well, you can stay here.
Excuses.
And I remember talking
Well,
to
the
her and
grandmother's burning
saying,
in hell.
you
Grandma's
promised me
baking
you
cookies
will
without
take
no
care of
oven.
Ange. I knew
I definitely didn't see this coming.
Now, the mother, I want to smash her to bat.
But I would like to not have my relationship with my mom end.
Oh, she has green, yellow eyes?
Yeah.
Hazel?
Mustard.
No, it's like green and yellow, dude. Look at it. It's like you're looking at like the atmosphere.
Can I have a pizza?
That shit was crazy.
Oh, so those are some of the women?
No,
that's
the
for
next one
something
called
else.
Let Us Pray.
Oh.
All right.
Something else. So what'd you think?
I mean, it gives a true depiction of how, in real life, like, families hide this shit, and some people are too afraid, or they harbor it, and you just don't know. You just don't know.
That's the thing. I like. You drive when you drive for a living,
Sorry.
and like you do shit like DoorDash, or you're always in neighborhoods, and you're just like you have no idea
What
who's.
does DoorDash have to do with pedo papa?
Shut up and let me fucking finish the thought.
All right, go ahead.
If you're driving around, you're passing all these houses and apartments and shit, and like behind any given door could be like a monster.
Maria said that if we wanted to actually have an interview with a pedophile, to go to her neighborhood because her neighborhood has nothing but like people that were released from prison.
There's something like that in Florida too.
Great.
No, there is.
So
There's.
actually a whole community for all pedophiles.
Yeah.
Great.
It's
I remember not
They
to
have-
vacation there with my family.
They have nowhere else to go.
great Thanksgiving spread, but come together as a community.
I fucking hate him so much. Like literally, I hate him. This is why we don't allow him to do interviews. Like none. Oh,
I mean,
it was a good documentary.
film. It was
I liked
good.
it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
was
I liked
fucked
it.
up.
It's sad because I feel like the mother's an asshole, and the mother just. knew
Oh,
what was
she needs to be
going
punched
on,
in the face.
And she just was like, eh.
I think all Pennsylvania Christian
Oh,
families
he
need to
only
be
did
punched in
it
the
one
face.
time. Are you fucking kidding me?
Here's
You're
like-
really
it's-
that dumb.
It's like I only heard about it once, and it's like, no, there's like 4 different people telling their story. It happened multiple times. Like, how do
Well,
you?
She said she only knew about once with the daughter Angie.
Right.
That's what she was.
Well, it only
with
takes
once.
one time for someone to tell me, or my son to tell me, that somebody's diddling him or doing something, and never again will my child be around that person. This bitch was like, oh, okay, and turned a blind eye. Fuck you.
And still lived in the house.
And still lived in the house.
Yeah, she's gonna. That's her line.
I'd
Like,
rather
I
be
did what I had
homeless
to
on the
do.
fucking street. Fuck that.
Well,
Huh?
it's the mother and the grandmother. They were both.
Well, the
in
grandma,
on
like
it.
I said, the grandmother's burning in hell too.
Yeah, because she was in
I
on
don't
it.
care.
She
if
knew.
anybody tells me.
She knew. She
Oh,
knew.
your grandfather has a disease. No, fuck you. You knew. Like I
He
said, she's,
touches toddlers.
she's baking cookies with no oven right now. That's where she is. Okay, fuck her. Fuck the mother.
Where do you think Grandpa's corpse is right now? Because they donated him to science.
That's a good question.
He's probably totally pulled apart by now.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
proud.
he's definitely pulled apart by now.
You think they turn around like what makes a pedophile and look through his brain and be like,
Maybe there's probably some group out there that's like, what makes, and not just like anything.
I would look into his brain. I would.
how would you sit there and say, well, this
His
part
brain.
looks
His
different
brain.
than-
Well, yeah, his brain has to be.
doesn't have to be anything. It's a mental thing.
No, well, it's not. Well, because it's a mental thing. It helps form the shape of your brain.
But it
I
just
don't know
doesn't
about
make
that.
sense to me.
I don't know.
A healthy. I think a healthy brain is shaped differently from someone that actually has like that might be a pedophile. I think that their brain might be like shaped a little bit
But
different.
if you're gonna say that, then that becomes a physical thing that is uncontrollable, which would get a lot of pedophiles off in court. Like, listen, my brain was scanned. I have a pedo brain. I did a pedo thing. You can't blame me. It's who I am as a person. That's a very tricky slope. You can't say that shit.
You're right. You're right. It's something that is a very tricky thing, but
I don't think that's it. I honestly think it's a mental thing. I honestly think it's one of those things where
so then it comes down to a thing of trauma.
I don't
Could
think
be.
it's all trauma. It could be people just that like it. Now, granted, like, look, I'm sorry that he got beat by his father, but many fucking children throughout the 1940s and 50s, even before that, what, 30s,
Yeah.
were beat by their fucking
Well, just
parents.
keep
There's
this
no
in mind.
excuse for it.
Keep this in mind. This is her family, right? This is not like an abject, like a third party doing these interviews and making this documentary. I feel like there is definitely a slant of
Realness.
no, not realness, but
You don't get the full story.
you don't get the full story. Like, what is that called?
Bias.
Bias. Yes,
I can
there's
see
a
that.
slant of bias here, and like he's like, oh yeah, he used to beat me. Well, what does that mean, beat? Did he like hold you down, like whip you with a belt, or did he try to shove a broom up your ass? Like, what do you mean when you say beat? And
I think if
there's
he
a lot
turned around-
missing here.
First of all, I think if he said beat, that's different than assaulting.
Well, he's not.
Assaulting.
Well, for him, it's maybe it was the 30s. Like it's all the same shit. He
Assault
beat
comes in
me.
many forms.
No, I know that, but I'm saying
Remember, I
usually
mean,
when people turn around and say that, Dad tried to shove a broom in my ass. It's us. He tried to assault me. He didn't beat me.
Well, when you're raised in a household where shoving brooms up someone's ass becomes the normal thing, you're not going to question it.
Why are you giggling at that? Jesus, we're fucked up individuals.
I can't.
Imagine you actually grew up in a household where shoving a broom up your ass is like the normal thing. It's just like, oh, Johnny, you fucked up, bro. Your dad's gonna shove the broom up your ass, and it's just like they're so used to it.
There are some weird fucked up family traditions. Like I was read a whole subreddit about that shit.
Yeah.
One person was like, I went over to my girlfriend's family. They put a bowl of ketchup in the middle, and everyone would just dip their shit from the communal ketchup bowl. That's horrifying.
Good.
I'll start eating it once we
Look
actually
how
finish
thick
the
it
video.
is.
Look how thick.
Well, yeah. So overall, fuck him. He deserves to be dead. Fuck the mother
How do you properly
and
eat a
fuck the
flat?
grandmother in this fucking movie.
No.
So that is the documentary from
Not
Green
how you
Hour
properly eat a
Media.
flat.
Thank you for joining us. If you stay
You
here
have
and
to turn
watch
to
this
the
video,
side and pull the
can
meat
you
off.
both shut up? I'm trying to end.
We're debating on how to eat a flat.
That's fine. Can you do it after I end the video?
Yeah.
Thank you. That is what was the name of the documentary again? I didn't.
Great
get it.
photo, lovely life.
Great Photo, Lovely Life documentary. It is on HBO. We're not sponsored by HBO, by the way. But if you sit there and go watch it, it's definitely a fucked up documentary. And you got our reactions to this whole fucking thing. And I enjoyed doing this. I think we should do this more.
Okay.
Maybe we should put on Blanchard now.
Fuck her, all right? I don't like her. Fuck her documentary. But thank you again. I'll catch you guys next time.
Peace out.
Get fucked.